If you want to see more stories like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates and insights. The city awakens, not with a gentle stir, but with a roar of machinery and a wave of radiating heat. The pavement, a dark river of asphalt, becomes a skillet. Air shimmers above its surface, distorting the world into a watery illusion. To walk upon it is to feel the heat rise through the soles of one's shoes, a constant, aggressive presence. The urban landscape offers its own form of desert, one made of concrete and steel. Shade is a currency, a fleeting commodity found only in the sharp geometric shadows cast by buildings. These slivers of relief are temporary havens in a world designed for movement, not for rest. A figure seeks refuge in one such shadow, the side of a bus stop, a narrow strip of darkness against a sun-bleached wall. Here, for a moment, there is a reprieve. The roar of traffic is a constant companion, a mechanical ocean of sound that washes over the quiet desperation of the street. Cars pass in flashes of reflected sunlight, their air-conditioned interiors a world away. The heat is not just a temperature. It is a physical weight, pressing down on the shoulders, slowing the breath, and clouding the mind. It demands surrender, a constant, draining negotiation. Even the wind offers no solace. It carries the exhaust of 1,000 engines, the smell of hot tar, and the fine grit of city dust. It blows through the alleyways, a hot, dry current that whips at loose clothing and stings the eyes. A discarded plastic bag dances in the gust, a frantic, aimless ghost against the backdrop of a brick wall. The sounds of the city are sharp and unforgiving, the hiss of bus brakes, the distant wail of a siren, the relentless hum of air conditioning units working in overdrive. Each sound is a reminder of a system in constant, frantic motion. Survival in this concrete canyon is a science of angles and timing. It is knowing which side of the street will hold the shade the longest. It is understanding the rhythm of the sprinklers in the city parks, a brief and often forbidden source of coolness. The body learns to crave the deep, cool darkness of an underpass, the momentary chill of a store's entryway as the automatic doors slide open. Every small victory against the heat is a triumph, a testament to the instinct to endure in a place that seems determined to wear you down. The heat creates a thirst that is absolute. It is a physical craving that begins in the back of the throat and spreads through the entire body, a demanding, singular focus. Water becomes more than a drink. It is life. The search for it is a constant, underlying quest that shapes the entire day. A public fountain, a spigot on the side of a building, the kindness of a stranger. These are the oases in the urban desert. The sound of running water, even a distant drip, can pull the mind and body forward with an irresistible force. It is a primal need that overrides all others. But there is another thirst, one that lives deeper within. It is a craving not for water, but for escape. It is a gnawing emptiness, a psychological weight that the heat seems to amplify. This thirst is a quiet predator, one that promises a different kind of relief. It whispers of a momentary peace, a brief silencing of the noise both inside and out. It is a powerful and deceptive current, pulling one away from the sharp edges of reality into a temporary, hazy calm. This internal struggle is often invisible, fought in the silent spaces behind the eyes. The two thirsts become intertwined, a dangerous dance, The physical need for water is clear, simple, and honest. The other is complex, a tangled knot of memory, pain, and longing. Fulfilling one can sometimes mean neglecting the other. The pursuit of a fleeting chemical peace can lead one further into the sun's brutal glare, away from the life-giving clarity of water. The body becomes a battleground, torn between two powerful, competing needs. Each choice, each step, is a negotiation between these two fundamental urges. The sun beats down, indifferent to this internal war. It sees only a figure moving with a strange, unsteady rhythm. It sees the way the light catches on a glass bottle, the slow, deliberate uncapping. In this moment, the desert's heat and the soul's fire merge. The relief is immediate, but it is a mirage. It shimmers with false promise, and as it fades, it leaves the thirst for water even more profound, the body even more vulnerable to the relentless, baking heat of the day. The cycle is a powerful one, difficult to observe, and even harder to break. In the heart of the city, there is a riverbed. For most of the year, it is a wide, sandy scar running through the urban landscape. It is a place of quiet and exposure. The sun beats down on the pale sand, and the heat reflects upwards, creating a convection oven between its banks. Yet it is here that life congregates. The riverbed offers a kind of refuge, a space away from the watchful eyes of the city streets. Tents and makeshift shelters huddle beneath the concrete bridges, their shadows providing a deep and lasting cool. Here, a different ecosystem thrives. A roadrunner, bold and curious, darts between patches of dry brush, its head cocked as it surveys its territory. Its movements are quick, efficient, and perfectly adapted to the heat. It is a reminder that life, in all its forms, finds a way to carve out an existence in the most challenging of environments. The sound of the wind moving through the girders of the bridge above is a low, mournful hum, a constant song for the residents below. It is a world apart, hidden in plain sight. Water, when it comes, is a momentous event. A distant storm in the mountains can send a surge of muddy, brown water rushing through this channel with little warning. The river awakens, a powerful and destructive force. But more often, the water is found in trickles. A steady drip from a drainage pipe creates a small, dark patch of mud, a focal point for life. Birds gather, their chirps sharp and excited. It is a small miracle, a source of life that must be shared and protected in this parched land. The human inhabitants of this fragile oasis move with a similar rhythm. They understand the importance of these small gifts. A shared bottle of water, a piece of shade offered to a neighbor, a watchful eye kept for one another. There is a community here, born not of choice, but of necessity. It is a bond forged in the shared experience of hardship, a quiet understanding that passes between individuals without the need for words. They are survivors, adapting to their environment with a resilience that the roadrunner would recognize. As the day begins to wane, the sun's angle changes. The shadows, once short and sharp, begin to stretch across the landscape like long, dark fingers. The heat persists, but its character shifts. It is no longer a direct assault from above, but a radiant warmth that rises from everything the sun has touched: the pavement, the brick walls, the very air itself. The city seems to exhale, releasing the immense energy it has absorbed throughout the day. This is the time of the long shadow, a period of transition between the furnace of day and the relative cool of night. A figure, who has spent the day moving from one sliver of shade to the next, now finds themselves in a world of expanding darkness. The setting sun paints the sky in brilliant hues of orange, pink, and purple. It is a display of breathtaking beauty, a daily spectacle that unfolds above the grit and struggle of the streets. For a moment, the harshness of the environment is softened. The brutal glare is replaced by a warm, golden light that makes the world seem less hostile, more forgiving. The distant mountains become sharp, dark silhouettes against the vibrant sky. The sounds of the city also begin to change. The frantic roar of daytime traffic subsides, replaced by a more intermittent flow of cars. The evening brings its own soundtrack: the distant chime of an ice cream truck, the laughter of children playing in a park, the low thrum of music from an open window. These are the sounds of a city winding down, of people returning to their homes. For those without a home to return to, these sounds can be a poignant reminder of a world that exists just beyond their reach. The approaching night offers a welcome reprieve from the heat. The temperature will drop, making it possible to rest, to sleep. But the darkness also brings its own set of challenges. Visibility is reduced, and a different kind of vulnerability emerges. The long shadows that provided relief in the late afternoon now merge into a deep, encompassing darkness. The struggle for survival does not end with the setting of the sun. It simply changes its form. The night requires a different kind of vigilance, a new set of strategies for navigating the urban landscape. The last light fades from the sky, leaving behind a canopy of stars made faint by the city's glow. The desert air, finally cool, settles over the land. A gentle breeze stirs the dust, carrying with it the scents of the night: creosote, dry earth, and the faint, sweet smell of night-blooming flowers. In the stillness, the land seems to breathe. The immense, silent presence of the desert reasserts itself, a reminder of a world that existed long before the city and will exist long after. The day's harsh trials are over, but their echoes remain. On the streets, a quiet settles. The relentless energy of the day has dissipated, leaving behind a profound sense of exhaustion. Figures huddle in doorways and on park benches, shrouded in blankets against the surprising chill of the night air. Sleep, when it comes, is often light and fitful, punctuated by the sounds of the city's nocturnal life. A passing train, the bark of a dog, the distant cry of a siren. Each sound is a potential disturbance, a reason to stir from a shallow rest. The body and mind, worn down by the day's battles, struggle to find true peace. This cycle of endurance is as old as the landscape itself. It is a story written not in books, but in the lines on a weathered face, in the slow, careful gait of someone who has walked for miles, and in the quiet resilience of the human spirit. There are no grand pronouncements here, no easy solutions. There is only the profound, silent testament of survival. It is a testament to the ability to withstand the furnace of the day and the uncertainty of the night over and over again. It is a reverence for the simple, powerful act of continuing. As a new day approaches, the sky in the east begins to pale. The first hint of light traces the outline of the mountains, promising the return of the sun. The cycle is poised to begin anew. The heat will come, and the thirsts, both of the body and of the soul, will return. For the figure stirring in the pre-dawn quiet, there is no question of whether to face it. There is only the deep, instinctual knowledge that they must. In this vast and unforgiving landscape, their quiet persistence is a powerful, enduring echo in the dust.